What if you could not only bring in more high-ticket coaching clients, but you could have people coming to you, credit card in hand, ready to work with you before you even speak with them? What if you could build massive credibility with qualified prospects, all without lifting a finger, and make sales calls so much easier? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that using YouTube content and how you can drive new, highly qualified leads to your coaching business, even if you don't have an audience. Now, fair warning, if you're more concerned with vanity metrics like views and subscribers, then this video is not for you. In fact, a lot of what I show you here is unpopular opinion by so-called YouTube experts. But if your goal is to generate traffic and sales for your business, then you're in the right place. Now, thanks to my YouTube channel, I consistently have calls with people that I've never met that tell me they feel like they know me. They already know what I do, and they already have an idea of how I can help them. And they made a buying decision to work with me after seeing one of my videos on YouTube. Now, by the end of this video, you'll have the strategy that you need to do the same in your business. So first, let's take a look at why YouTube is one of the best kept secrets for building a high-ticket coaching or consulting business. Now, the platform differs in a number of ways from other social media platforms, and one of the biggest differences is the mindset viewers are in when they're on YouTube. It's a platform of high intent, meaning people are here in active pursuit of a solution to a problem they are experiencing. So just think about the last time that you were trying to figure out how to do something. Whether you were looking to run ads or find some formula in Excel or figure out which product was best for you, you likely ran a Google search and you got some YouTube videos in the top results. Or maybe you went straight to YouTube and searched there. Now, people are consuming more video than ever before, and YouTube is becoming the go-to for free information. Now, second, people are in the mindset to learn, meaning you can create more long-form content here, at least long-form relative to a TikTok or an Instagram reel. Now, this means that you can build more of a relationship with your viewers a lot faster as they spend more time with you through your content. Now, there's a concept called the 7-hour rule, which I go to in much more depth in a few of my other videos, but all it says is that we as humans essentially require around 7 hours of exposure to something before we make a decision. So when it comes to your coaching business, that prospect needs about 7 hours of exposure to you, your mechanism, your company, and so on before feeling enough trust and confidence to actually make a buying decision. So therefore, the goal of any content is to get a prospect as close to that 7-hour mark as possible, which becomes much easier when you can do this in longer form videos. Next, most of the organic traffic on the web comes through search engines, not social media. Now, the #1 search engine in the world is Google, but if you've ever tried to rank on there, you know that it takes an unbelievable amount of work and it can take months to see any results. And even then, you might never even make it to the first page. But YouTube is actually the second largest search engine in the world, and it's owned by #1, by Google. So that means that when you house content on YouTube, your videos will show up in Google search results. And video content in general tends to be favored when it comes to organic results. So this is a great hack to get some SEO traffic coming to you every single day, which is one of the biggest assets for your business that you can have. Now, to drive this home even more, think about the last time that you searched for something and you got a Facebook post or an Instagram post as a result in Google, right? That never happens. And that's why organic social media alone is not the best use of your energy when it comes to growing your business. Plus, content on YouTube is evergreen. So I can create a video once and it will continue to generate views and leads for me for years to come. Now, a video created 10 years ago can still come up in the top search results on YouTube, whereas you'll never see that Facebook post from even 5 years ago unless you reshare it. And lastly, if you're a coach or consultant and you're not already getting on video, you are missing a big piece of the puzzle. Video is one of the fastest ways to build relationships at scale. And when you pair that with being searchable on YouTube, you become low-key famous in your industry. Now, the more people see your face and you are there actually providing value for them, the more they trust you. This builds what's known as a parasocial relationship. The idea that we feel like we know a celebrity that we've never even met before, and we feel like we know them as well as we know our next door neighbor simply because we see them all the time online. Now, this is why people constantly tell me they feel like they know me already. All right, so now that we know why YouTube and how people use it, we can now create a strategy to sell our high ticket offer around those pillars to see exactly how we should be using YouTube to drive leads and sales. First, what kind of content is going to get us the results that we're looking for? Now, if you ask a lot of the YouTube experts right now about how to grow a channel, you're going to hear something along the lines of, well, figure out what makes you different from everybody else. Now, while that's not terrible advice, unless your goal is to be an influencer, those subscribers might not be your ideal clients. So we have to distinguish between the goal of growing a YouTube channel for the sake of growing a YouTube channel and the goal of creating a steady source of traffic for your business that actually pre-qualifies your leads and gets them truly excited to speak to you. Now, in that case, what's going to get you a return on your time invested in creating content? It's not more subscribers. It's one thing: utility, education. So if you're selling a coaching or consulting service, your video needs to give knowledge and actionable advice. Don't be afraid of giving away too much here either, because your product is not the information, right? Truthfully, they can go and get the information just about anywhere for free, but they are paying you for your specific framework, accountability, and support, and actually putting this information into practice. Now, marketing works best when it mirrors human psychology. And when you give away advice and information without holding back, you activate what's known as the law of reciprocity. So this is the natural urge that we have as humans to want to give back when we feel that we've been given something of value. Now, this isn't to say that you won't reserve some content for behind your paywall, but you should be giving away so much value in your free content that it scares you a little bit. Now, hopefully this takes some pressure off you in terms of what to create, because now you can just show up as a subject matter expert and teach rather than worrying about being funny or entertaining or overall being something that you're not. So just show up authentically and give. That's it. This is also how you're going to build credibility. So next, what kind of topics should we talk about? Now, again, YouTube experts will tell you to find what's trending, what's going viral, and what's popular, and use that. Now, while that kind of content can have its place in your business, and you should take advantage of it, especially if you can easily tie it into what you do, it should not be the bulk of your content. You want two things to happen as a result of your YouTube content. So number one, you want to be relevant. And number two, you need to be searchable. So let's look at number one first, relevant. To stand out to your perfect client, even in a highly saturated or competitive market, you need to enter the conversation that they're already having in their heads, right? This means that your channel, like your business, should be niched down. Now, if you're anything like me, you want to cringe every time you hear something about niche or niche down, which I definitely get. But really, it just means to narrow your focus. And when you do this, you can understand who you're trying to reach on a much deeper level and speak to their pains, their fears, and their desires unlike anybody else can. So pick a focus and run with it. Now, when it comes to being searchable, we need to actually verify that what we title our videos and the topics we choose to create content around actually have search volume each month. So in other words, we're using the exact language that our prospects are using to describe the problem. This is what they are typing into Google and YouTube. And if your content is relevant and it's titled in the same way that they're searching for it, you will show up in search results at exactly the right time, like a beacon of hope, giving them the solution that they're searching for. Now, while I have an entire video on how to generate topic ideas, you can just start with a quick brainstorm of all your keywords. So, for example, if you're a fitness coach for stay-at-home moms, some topics might include diets, cooking, at-home workouts, weightlifting, weight loss, just to name a few, right? Under each of those, you can probably come up with a dozen different things that you can talk about. Now, most people stop here and they go to work creating content around those things, but that is not what's going to show up in search results if that's all you do. You'll want to use a tool like answerthepublic.com or Keywords Everywhere to identify what questions and search phrases people are actually typing into Google around those keywords. Now, this is not necessarily the thing that's going to get you tons of views and subscribers, but you don't want that because most of the time, those people are not your clients. They're not going to buy from you. So if all you do is go after the keywords with hundreds of thousands or millions of searches per month, you'll be too broad to actually reach your target market, and the chances of you being seen in a pool that big are really slim. But instead, you'd be better off putting out very niche specific content designed to push people through your funnel and qualify them as they go. So that niche specific content is not usually the viral, popular, trending stuff, right? But it is the stuff that your perfect client is searching in Google and on YouTube. And this means that they are looking for a solution. So lastly, you know what to talk about now. You've done your keyword research to see what kinds of things people are searching for around your topic, and you've structured your title to follow that search phrase exactly. But what do you actually say in your videos, and how do you ensure that it takes someone from a stranger who viewed your video to a paying client? So for one, skip the intro. When people are looking for solutions to their problems, they don't care who you are yet or how many people you've helped. Start the video off with a hook to lock in their attention and tell them exactly what they will gain by watching. So if you go back to the beginning of this video, you'll see how I did that by talking about the results that come from leveraging YouTube. And I didn't just say something like, here's how to use YouTube to get clients. You can do this with a shocking fact, a statistic, or even a question that maybe bucks up against what they think is possible. Then go right into teaching. Give them what they came for, and as we said earlier, don't hold back. Give them all the information they need to come true on what you're promising them in the hook. Now, the most important part in making sure that these videos result in clients for you is, again, wildly unpopular with YouTube experts. So yes, the YouTube algorithm has a goal to keep viewers on the YouTube platform for as long as possible, consuming as much content as possible, like most social platforms. Now, this is why most experts will tell you to not have a call to action that takes them elsewhere or off the platform, or a link that takes them to your funnel or to your booking page, because then YouTube won't prioritize your video as much. But again, our goal isn't just more views and subscribers. If we did our job right in the previous steps and we have the right keywords for what people are searching for, and then we provide insane value and give them a win and exactly what they're looking for, that person is usually ready to take the next step with you. And that's our entire goal. To convert that traffic into traffic that we own on our email list, or push them further into our funnel, or maybe have them consume some more of our content. So tell them exactly what you want them to do next. Now consider your customer journey when you're choosing call to actions for your videos. So this call to action can be a soft call to action like, hey, subscribe to my channel, like the video, or comment down below. Or it can be sending them to a URL for a free download or a checklist to help them further implement what they learn in the video, or even take the next step. Or it could be to book a call with your team. But you never want to have a video that doesn't specify what their next step is. So there you have it. Everything you need to utilize one of the most underrated sources of traffic for your coaching or consulting business. And of course, here's my call to action. If you want to learn more about how you can implement this and how you can actually be everywhere else too, like Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, from the YouTube videos that you create without any extra effort to you, then check out my free training where I break this down step by step over at get.upperhandcreative.com/learn.